Let's do a playthrough of the new treasure map versus Lucci, Kaku and Stussy, starting with the Intrusion battle where I am going to use Born Clay as my captain and the new treasure map legend Atlas as friend captain. An overall goal of this team, especially if you are considering replacements, is to not use units that manipulate slots with their specials in the final stage to not activate the interruption. In stage 2 we want maximum bind and despair sockets, and after the preemptive and our sockets activate, we want to activate 5+ Kobe. He will remove both bind and despair and will also provide a chain boost. Then we want to activate the Pirating Adventures CP0, do not switch them to the captain position though, to get a good chain lock for this stage. And then we want to activate Bone Clay's special for the full board of matching slots and the base attack boost, but more importantly, to change him into a cerebral int unit. That way, Atlas gets access to her superclass and we can get int super typing by activating Bone Clay's super type of course, and after that super easily beat the mini-boss in stage number 2. Do not worry about your HP by the way, even with Kobe's healing transitioning into damage we're still good to go because of Jinbe's exceptional damage reduction. In the final stage, because of Atlas's captain ability, we can completely resist attack down, and then you want to activate your friend captain special first. That way we remove the enemy's damage reduction, we get rid of the low ore boost the CP0 applied, gain an attack boost and a stackable ore boost, which means now we can activate the superclass ability to manipulate all of our block slots into guaranteed matching and also gain ore boosting. Then we activate Hina for more damage, but more importantly to remove the enemy's defense up, and finally Colosseum Jinbe to completely remove the enemy's threshold and gain threshold to survive the after defeat hit after super easily defeating the enemy. Versus Old Luffy we are going to use a Pirating Adventures CP0 team. We are going to have one of them as friend captain, the other as a crewmate, so we can swap them to the captain position in the final stage and avoid the random captain swap. So we activate the CP0 first, the crewmate one, we switch them to the captain position, we get a chain lock in between the debuffs so we don't get inflicted with attack down, and we can also of course reduce the enemy's threshold. After that we can activate any specials we want for either better slots or damage like Treasure Map Smoker and All-In, but have in mind, if we remove Luffy's threshold, he will reapply threshold and the CP0 threshold reduction won't apply. So let me show you what I mean. We are going to activate Zoro, remove threshold, then he will regain 3 turns of it. So if you can completely remove it after, that's fine in case you're not using the CP0 here, but of course we can use the other CP0 special to reduce it as well and then just beat Luffy. Versus Robin, team positioning is very important because we want someone that can resist the special rewind and provide everyone with their specials back, or actually the right column units. Treasure Map Garp is ideal, and then we want someone that can remove bind from the left column units. I'm using Treasure Map Rare Recruit Sanji. Treasure Map Garp resists the special rewind, we activate him, we give Sanji his special back, we get an attack boost and matching slots. Then we activate Sanji, who can remove the bind completely from the left column units, meaning now we can activate Robin to completely remove despair from our captains. She needs to be maximum level limit break by the way, and then raid Bartolomeo will give us threshold, which equals enough damage reduction to super easily survive the after defeat hit. You can also activate other units to increase your damage. And to really quickly note a mistake I made in my preparation guide, Garp, if your units have the correct classes, provides 2 turns of special cooldown reduction, meaning you don't need Zoro for that. You can still use him for damage, but you can also replace him with a better captain, another bind remover, or whatever helps. Versus Zoro, it is very important to have every color in the crew, and it is also very important to either have Drake super evolved, Kizuna Drake, I forgot to super evolve him for this run, or Treasure Map Tasigi at maximum level limit break, because one of these two will give you the ability to manipulate block slots and get the Q slot guaranteed to break the barrier. After you ensure that, everything is super easy. What we want to do first is activate Drake twice. We are going to get special cooldown reduction, an attack boost and an ore boost. If he is super evolved, matching slots as well. And after that we want to super swap the Arlong crew and activate them. After Drake and the Arlong crew have been activated, the rest of our crewmates will have their specials back. We will also get a base attack boost, and we can of course activate both the Arlong crew captains to have an overall better attack boost for our crew. And then we activate Tasigi as well to provide the matching slots, in my case here, and also get a color affinity boost. And after that, super easily, we attack with Drake first, break the barrier and defeat Zoro. Versus Lilith, we are going to use a double 5+ Pirate King Adventures Kobe team. And in case you missed the treasure map rare recruit that resists and removes special bind here, the best alternative is to use Pirate King Adventures CP0 and Legend Garb support on Kobe. We also need Sanji with maximum level limit break, double special activation and a Luffy support attached on him. After we remove special bind, we want to activate both of the Kobe specials to completely deal with despair and get a chain boost. Then Sanji for adjacent guaranteed matching slots, chain boundaries, and we want to activate him twice to reduce 2 turns of Lilith's barrier. That's why the Luffy support is very important. Then we activate Moria to completely remove Lilith's barrier but also her resilience. And finally treasure map Siriu to remove paralysis completely. Now we are more than ready to attack and easily defeat this mini boss. Versus the main boss, S. Sark, we are going to use treasure map legend Luffy as captain and treasure map legend Nami and Karina as friend captain, entering on Karina. We are also going to enter on Wanda from Carrot Wanda, and if you follow the positioning of its crewmate, you are going to have maximum damage in the final stage. If you use base stat boosting supports or HP boosting supports alongside the Grand Tesoro, it will be super easy for you to survive the pain hits necessary in the final stage. What we are going to do here first in stage 2 is activate Treasure Map Legend Blackbeard to remove bind and gain chain boundaries in this and the next stage. Then comes the Luffy special for an attack boost, rainbow slot manipulation and also burn removal. Then we super swap Wanda to Carrot for a guaranteed matching slot and activate Carrot for an ore boost and to give her attack the ability to ignore defensive effects. Then we also activate Luffy's super type for even more damage here, because we are not going to remove the enemy's damage reduction, we are going to attack through it. Make certain you hit at least 2 perfects so you get the chain boundaries next stage and then attack to easily beat S-Sark even without using the Carrot Wanda attack at first, because we have a lot of damage. Something to have in mind, I am using Treasure Map Rare Recruit Dex Otama as support on Luffy, so she can lock all of our slots, especially the rainbow ones, for the final stage so they are not manipulatable and we can gain more damage. In case you missed that unit, Int free-to-play Custard on Blackbeard also works. Entering the final stage, we want to activate Treasure Map Rare Recruit Filmed Jinbe first to reduce the enemy's barrier by 2 turns. He also provides an attack boost to our Int units, so we can't get an Nami Karina one, but it's fine. And he will also activate the interruption of the boss, which is also fine. Then we want to super swap Karina to Nami and activate her special to completely remove the enemy's barrier and damage reduction. And after that, if you still have HP remaining to take another pain hit, you can activate either Carrot Wanda again or the Buggy Crew to also gain an ore boost. The Buggy Crew is mainly here because they help us resist the silence, so we can hit perfects, increase the chain boundaries to get over the chain debuff and do normal damage after probably our 3rd perfect. But if you don't care about removing silence, you can replace them with whatever you want or whatever helps the team. And that was my guide for the new Unknowing Treasure Map. Hopefully it helped you out. As always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.